Hello and welcome to Buddhist Door Global's weekly news highlight. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. This week we highlight the news that the Mahabodhi temple in Bodhgaya has been reopened to the public after months of COVID lockdown. We'll look back at recent BDG news and features about the Mahabodhi temple and the holy city of Bodhgaya. But first, the news. The Mahabodhi temple in Bodhgaya, India, one of the most sacred of all Buddhist sites in the world, reopened to the public on the 27th of August after being closed for 5 months when a deadly second wave of COVID-19 infections began sweeping across the country. The Bodhgaya Temple Management Committee Secretary Nangze Dorje told local media that they had to unfortunately keep the Mahabodhi temple closed since around last April for everyone's safety. The Mahabodhi temple was closed to the public on the 10th of April to curb the rapid spread of the novel coronavirus. A subsequent statewide lockdown was imposed in Bihar on the 5th of May after a local surge in COVID-19 infections was recorded. According to the Bodhgaya Temple Management Committee, a total of 3,400 devotees and tourists visited the temple on the first day of reopening. Only 10 people at a time are currently permitted to enter the temple's inner sanctum, and all visitors to the temple complex are required to wear masks. No religious functions or ceremonies can be organized without permission of the district magistrate. The Mahabodhi temple, which is declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2002, is perhaps the most sacred of all pilgrimage sites for Buddhist practitioners, marking the place where the historical Buddha is said to have attained awakening. The temple complex, totaling an area of nearly 5 hectares, is the first temple built by the Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, with the current temple dating to the 5th to 6th centuries CE, according to UNESCO documents. The temple today rises some 50 meters high and provides a number of areas for pilgrims and worshippers to practice, several of which commemorate significant events around the awakening of the Buddha. On the west side of the temple is a Bodhi tree believed to be a direct descendant of the original Bodhi tree under which the Buddha gained his awakening. Prior to the pandemic, the small city of Bodhgaya was a vibrant home to many people from across India, particularly from around the state of Bihar, where Bodhgaya is located. It also buzzed with international traffic from pilgrims from around the world. On one side of town, an austere Japanese Zen temple sits next to a brightly colored Tibetan temple, and just down the road from these is a traditional Thai Theravadan temple. Leaders from most Buddhist countries have established temples, monasteries, and guest houses so that monks and lay people alike can visit and practice in this holy place. In recent decades, Bodhgaya has hosted enormous gatherings of Buddhists at events including the Pali Tipitaka chanting ceremony, as well as Tibetan Buddhist Monlam Chenmos and the Kala Chakra initiation, hosted by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The Kala Chakra ceremony in 2017, for instance, drew more than 200,000 attendees to Bodhgaya from over 90 countries. Writing for Buddhist Door Global in 2014, Lillian Sum, the founding director of Sacred Earth Trust, recollected, quote, "I first arrived in Bodhgaya in 2006. My first feelings about Buddhism's holiest location were mixed. They ranged from amazement at the sacred vibrations from the site to near despair at seeing the environmental degradation, pollution, and the desperate poverty in the village areas. I had a general feeling of being overwhelmed. Beggars mobbed me on the main walkways through to Bodhgaya. I saw and talked with children on the streets, from disabled beggars to rag pickers and souvenir peddlers. This affected me deeply and left me with a heavy heart. Even now, it is still one of the main motivating factors driving me onwards to make my ecological and educational projects a reality." The city and its Buddhist monuments continue to be a site of enormous contrasts, from the gold-coated top of the Mahabodhi temple to the homeless and destitute in the streets and courtyards below. As we move forward, Projects like the Sacred Earth Trust seek to bring Buddhist wisdom and practice to communities in need and to protect the environment. Meanwhile, Buddhist Tour Global offers regular reports of newsworthy developments coming from Bodhgaya, including updates on the ambitious Lighting the Mahabodhi project, funded by Siddhartha's Intent, India, with support from the Khyentse Foundation and Vana Foundation, as well as the recent announcement that India's largest reclining Buddha statue, some 30 meters in length, will be installed in Bodhgaya in the coming months. Be sure to check out BDG's news articles covering the Mahabodhi temple and Bodhgaya more broadly, linked in the comments below. And follow Buddhist Tour Global for updates on this and related news. Let us know what you think about the holy city of Bodhgaya. Have you visited or plan to in the future? In the comments below yourself. And as always, be sure to check out our website, buddhisttour.net, for more on this story, as well as other news and features about Buddhism around the world.